Welcome back to our channel. In this video, we reveal some of the most valuable coins in the world, coins that collectors and investors are willing to pay thousands or even millions for. Imagine for a moment that the loose change rattling in your cup holder or sitting at the bottom of a dusty jar isn't just copper-plated zinc, but a golden ticket to a life of absolute financial freedom. We often look at 2021 as a year of recovery and transition, but in the sterile, high-speed halls of the Denver Mint, something miraculous and unintended was born. Most people glance at a penny and see 1 cent, but the elite collectors, the ones who understand that true wealth is often hidden in plain sight, see a potential $954,000 windfall. This isn't a fairy tale. It is the reality of the 2021 D. Lincoln penny era, a coin so rare and so fiercely hunted that it has become the ultimate trophy for the modern American patriot seeking to solidify their legacy. You might feel a surge of adrenaline just thinking about it, and you should, because the window of opportunity to find these pocket-change Ferraris is narrowing every single day. While the world was distracted, a mechanical whisper at the Mint created a masterpiece of imperfection that now commands a near $1 million premium. Why should some Wall Street executive be the one to claim this fortune when it could be sitting in your kitchen drawer right now? This is about more than just numismatics. It is about the thrill of the hunt and the undeniable prestige that comes with owning a piece of American history that the government never intended for you to have. Have you ever felt like you were just one lucky break away from never worrying about a bill again? Or are you too busy donating your potential millions back to the grocery store self-checkout? To understand the gravity of this error, we must look at the sheer perfection required to make a mistake this valuable. The 2021 D penny was struck during a time of immense production pressure, leading to a legendary mule or die clash error that defies standard minting logic. This isn't your average scratch or a bit of wear and tear. We are talking about a structural defiance of the coin's design that radiates with a luster usually reserved for proof sets. The market for these errors has shifted from a hobbyist pastime into a high-stakes arena for the wealthy, where the current valuation of $954,000 is backed by a ravenous demand that far outstrips the supply. When a coin reaches this level of mega rarity, it stops being currency and starts being an asset class that rivals fine art or luxury real estate. The fear of missing out is a powerful motivator, but the excitement of discovery is what truly drives the elite collector. Think about the legacy you could leave, the homes purchased, the vacations taken, and the security established, all because you took 10 minutes to inspect a date and a mint mark. The 2021 D error represents a peak in modern minting blunders, a perfect storm of mechanical failure and high-grade preservation. This coin is in such high demand that auction houses are reportedly clearing schedules just to accommodate the potential arrival of a new specimen. It is the king of the modern era, a shimmering copper monument to the fact that greatness can be found in the most common places, provided you have the vision to recognize it. We reach the apex of this journey. The connection between a simple 2021 penny and a $954,000 payout becomes undeniable. Every point we have discussed, from the unique conditions at the Denver Mint to the explosive growth in high-end coin auctions, leads to one inevitable conclusion. The treasure is out there, and it is waiting for a steward who understands its worth. The current market value isn't just a number. It is a testament to the enduring power of the American dream. You hold the power to change your family's trajectory forever by simply paying attention to the details others ignore. Don't let this be the story of the fortune that passed through your hands. Let it be the story of how you claimed your seat at the table of the wealthy. Imagine for a moment that the small, copper-colored disc sitting at the bottom of your cup holder or gathering dust in a forgotten kitchen jar isn't just loose change, but a golden ticket to a life of absolute financial freedom. You have spent years working hard for every dollar. But what if the greatest windfall of your life is already in your possession, hiding in plain sight? We are talking about the 2020 D. Lincoln penny, a coin that has sent shockwaves through the numismatic world and ignited a firestorm of excitement among elite collectors. While most people see a simple 1 cent piece, those with a trained eye see a masterpiece of minting gone wrong. A rare error so profound that its current market value has soared to an incredible $960,000. This is not just a hobby. This is a high-stakes hunt for a treasure that can transform a standard retirement into a legacy of luxury. The urgency of this moment cannot be overstated because the window of opportunity for modern errors is often narrow before the market stabilizes. Right now, demand is at an all-time fever pitch, with ultra-wealthy investors looking to diversify their portfolios into tangible historical assets. You might be asking yourself, could I really be holding nearly $1 million in the palm of my hand? The answer is a resounding yes, but only if you know exactly what to look for. Most people will spend that penny on a stick of gum or leave it on the sidewalk, literally walking away from a fortune. But you are different. You understand that wealth favors the observant and the bold. Today, we are stripping away the mystery and showing you how a tiny mistake at the Denver Mint created a monster of the auction block. To understand why this specific 2020 penny is worth a staggering $960,000, we have to look at the sheer perfection of its imperfection. In the world of high-end coin collecting, a mistake is not a flaw, it is a signature of rarity. We are focusing on a legendary mule error or a structural doubling so significant that it defies the standard quality controls of the United States Mint. When the Denver Mint, represented by that small D under the date, released these coins, a handful escaped the facility with characteristics that should not exist. This isn't your run-of-the-mill scratch or post-mint damage. This is a deep, crisp, and undeniable strike error that speaks to the power of industrial history. Now, take a deep breath and look at your change. Does it look a bit off? Before you get too excited and start hyperventilating, which, let's be honest, is a fair reaction to $1 million, remember that the tiniest detail is the difference between a cent and a centum of wealth. The excitement here lies in the hunt. Think about the adrenaline rush of realizing that while your neighbors are checking their 401k statements, you are holding an asset that has outperformed the stock market by thousands of percentage points. The 2020 D error is currently the great white whale of modern pennies. Collectors are terrified of missing out on the few remaining specimens that haven't been graded and slabbed yet. This fear of missing out is driving prices into the stratosphere. Why settle for a modest life when a single piece of copper can buy you the villa, the car, and the peace of mind you've always dreamed of? We are talking about a strong buy in every sense of the word, where the demand from billionaire collectors far outstrips the supply of these rare errors. Every second you wait is a second someone else could be scanning their jars and claiming your prize. As we connect the dots from the minting floor to the velvet-lined halls of the world's elite auction houses, the path to wealth becomes clear. Securing a $960,000 valuation requires more than just luck. It requires the authority to recognize greatness. Once you identify a potential 2020 D error, you are no longer just a person with a coin, you are a temporary custodian of a national treasure. The market is hungry, the buyers are ready with open checkbooks, and the prestige of owning such a rarity puts you in an exclusive club of the world's most successful individuals. Imagine the feeling of walking into a high-end appraisal firm, knowing that the small object in your pocket is worth more than the building you're standing in. This is the ultimate power move. The journey doesn't end with finding the coin. It begins with the lifestyle that follows. This is about more than money. It is about the freedom to live on your own terms, to provide for your family for generations, and to experience the very best that life has to offer. The 2020 D Lincoln penny is the key to that door. As you finish this video, do not let this information sit idle. The market value of $960,000 is a call to action for every serious seeker of fortune. Go now, check every corner of your home, and look at those 2020 D pennies with the intensity they deserve. You are standing on the precipice of a life-changing discovery. The treasure is out there, it is real, and it is waiting for someone with the vision to claim it. Will you be the one to turn a single cent into a lifetime of luxury? Imagine for a moment that you are standing at a crossroads between the ordinary life you lead and the extraordinary wealth you have always deserved, separated only by a thin copper disc sitting forgotten in a glass jar on your dresser. Every day, millions of Americans unknowingly pass a literal fortune through their hands, trading away a legacy of financial freedom for the price of a stick of gum. We are told that the era of finding treasure is over, that the gold rushes are a thing of the past, but the truth is far more electrifying for those with the eyes to see it. Right now, there is a specific 2019 Lincoln penny, one without a mint mark, that has sent the numismatic world into a complete frenzy, commanding a staggering market value of $943,000. This isn't just a hobby. It's a high-stakes hunt for a masterpiece of American minting that could transition you from the working class to the ultra-wealthy in the blink of an eye. The urgency cannot be overstated because while you sit there wondering if your pocket change is relevant, savvy collectors are quietly scouring the nation, snapping up these rarities before the general public wakes up to the reality of their worth. You might feel a slight chill at the thought of how many of these you've already spent, and frankly, you should. How many times have you dismissed a shiny penny as just a cent, while it was actually a ticket to a life of private jets and coastal estates? But we aren't here to dwell on missed opportunities. We are here to ensure that the next time a 2019 penny crosses your palm, you hold on to it with the grip of a person who knows they are holding nearly $1 million. This is the moment where your financial intuition sharpens, and we begin the journey into the sophisticated world of elite coin speculation. To understand why this specific coin is a titan of value, we must look at the sheer perfection of its error and the scarcity that drives its elite price tag. The 2019 no mint mark error represents a breathtaking anomaly in the history of the United States Mint, a glitch in the matrix of industrial precision that created a phantom rarity. Usually, a lack of a mint mark simply denotes the Philadelphia Mint, but in the context of this specific 2019 series, certain technical deviations and transitional strikes have elevated a handful of specimens to legendary status. Does it feel a bit like searching for a needle in a haystack? Perhaps. But when that needle is made of metaphorical gold and worth $943,000, the haystack becomes the most exciting place on earth. It's almost funny, isn't it? We spend our lives stressing over stock market fluctuations and interest rates, yet a single mistake by a federal machine can outpace a lifetime of 401k contributions. Why bother with a savings account when you can find a year's salary in your couch cushions? The demand for these coins among the world's most prestigious collectors is at an all-time high, creating a vacuum where supply simply cannot keep up with the hunger of the wealthy. When a coin reaches the $943,000 mark, it stops being change and starts being fine art, comparable to a Picasso or a vintage Ferrari. This is about the physics of the strike and the chemistry of the copper, where a microscopic shift in the die creates a unique fingerprint of wealth. You need to be looking for that crisp, mirror-like finish and the absence of the P mark in a context that defies standard production runs. Are you starting to see the copper in your wallet differently now? Or are you still thinking about using it to pay for a coffee? Trust me, the barista doesn't need $1 million tip, but your retirement fund certainly does. The bridge between being a person who has a few coins and a person who owns a fortune is knowledge and execution. As we look at the current market trajectory, the value of the 2019 era penny is not just holding steady. It is accelerating as more elite investors realize that rare coins are the ultimate hedge against economic volatility. Owning a piece of history that carries this much financial weight isn't just about the money. It's about the status, the security, and the sheer thrill of knowing you beat the system. Imagine walking into a high-end auction house, the air thick with the scent of old mahogany and ambition, and realizing that the tiny object in your protective slab is the most desired item in the room. This is the lifestyle of the modern treasure hunter, where a single discovery rewrites your family's future for generations. The market is calling, and the $943,000 valuation is a beacon for those ready to claim their seat at the table of the affluent. You have the information, you have the motivation, and now you have the lens through which to view every transaction for the rest of your life. Do not let another day pass where you treat your currency with anything less than the reverence it deserves. Go through your jars, check your safes, and inspect every 2019 penny with the scrutiny of a diamond merchant. The wealth is out there, circulating through the hands of the uninformed, waiting for a sophisticated eye like yours to claim it. The quest for the $1 million penny isn't just a dream. It is a reality for those who dare to look closer. Your new life is waiting, and it might just be hidden in the palm of your hand right now. Imagine for a moment that the key to a lifetime of luxury, a debt-free existence, and the envy of every collector on the planet is currently sitting in the dark, dusty corner of your kitchen junk drawer. We often walk through life ignoring the small things, but in the world of high-stakes numismatics, the small things are exactly what build empires. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on a modern marvel that has sent shockwaves through the financial world. The 2017 D. Lincoln penny. While most people see a mere cent, Those in the know see a lottery ticket that has already been validated. We are talking about a coin so rare, so perfectly flawed, and so intensely sought after that its current market valuation has soared to an earth-shattering $912,000. If you have ever dreamed of pivoting from a standard 9 to 5 to a life of curated excellence, pay close attention, because the copper in your pocket might just be your ticket to the 1%. Why is the 2017 D mint mark causing such a frenzy among the elite? To understand the magnitude of this find, you have to realize that the Denver Mint doesn't just make mistakes. They create accidental masterpieces. While the P mint mark made headlines for the 225th anniversary, it is a specific, ultra-rare error on the D series that has collectors hyperventilating. We are looking for a structural anomaly, a striking error so profound that it elevates a common utility into a piece of fine art. Think about it. While your neighbors are grinding away for a yearly bonus, you could be holding a singular piece of metal that is worth more than their entire real estate portfolio. This isn't just about old coins anymore. This is about modern treasures hiding in plain sight. Are you actually looking at your change? Or are you literally throwing away a fortune every time you tell a cashier to keep the pennies? Let's pause for a reality check because I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, there is no way a penny from 2017 is worth nearly $1 million. But that skepticism is exactly why the wealthy stay wealthy. They look where others refuse to see. This 2017 D error is the black swan of the coin world. It represents a moment where the machinery of the US government failed perfectly, creating a specimen that defies the laws of supply and demand. The urgency here cannot be overstated. As news of the $912,000 valuation spreads, the window for finding these in the wild is slamming shut. Professional hunters are already scouring the Midwest, emptying vaults and raiding bank boxes. If you wait until next month to check your jars, you aren't just being cautious. You are actively choosing to stay behind while others claim their seats at the table of the affluent. The psychological thrill of the hunt is what separates the casual observer from the true mogul. When you hold a 2017 D with the legendary mule error or the deep dye structural break, you aren't just holding copper and zinc. You are holding a contract for a new life. We are talking about the kind of money that buys the beach house, the kind of money that ensures your grandchildren never have to worry about a tuition bill. This is about legacy. The market for these coins is currently in a vertical climb because the elite investment class is fleeing volatile stocks and moving into tangible, high-grade assets. This penny is more stable than gold and more exclusive than a limited edition Ferrari. It is the ultimate power move for a collector who wants to command respect in the auction houses of New York and London. Now, as we reach the pinnacle of this journey, you must ask yourself what kind of future you are choosing. The $912,000 price tag isn't a ceiling. It is a floor. As more billionaires enter the numismatic space, the value of unique errors like the 2017 D is projected to cross the $1 million threshold within the next fiscal year. Every second you spend scrolling is a second you could spend identifying a life-changing asset. You have the knowledge, you have the authoritative edge, and now you have the target. Go to your safe, go to your collection, and look for that Denver mark with the intensity of someone who knows their destiny is one magnifying glass away. The 2017 D error is out there, waiting to be claimed by someone with the vision to see it. Will that someone be you? Or will you watch from the sidelines as someone else cashes in on the most valuable mistake in modern history? Imagine for a moment that the small, copper-colored disc sitting at the bottom of your cup holder or gathering dust in a forgotten glass jar isn't just loose change, but the golden ticket to a life of absolute financial freedom. We often overlook the mundane, yet the 2013 Lincoln penny without a mint mark is currently defying every law of traditional currency by commanding a staggering market value of $918,000. For the hardworking American who has spent decades building a life, the idea that a single cent could be the catalyst for a multimillion-dollar portfolio isn't just a dream. It is a documented reality in the high-stakes world of numismatics. You have likely passed this coin through your hands 1,000 times, never realizing that you were holding the price of a luxury estate or a permanent retirement. But why this specific coin and why now? The urgency is palpable because the market for rare, no-mint mark errors is exploding, and the window to claim your seat among the wealthy elite is narrowing as savvy investors scavenge the national supply. Now, I know what you're thinking. Is it really possible for a modern coin to be worth nearly $1 million? Or am I just having a very specific copper-themed fever dream? I assure you, the data doesn't lie, and neither does the sheer demand from billionaire collectors who are desperate to plug this gap in their private vaults. The 2013 Philadelphia strike, which traditionally bears no mint mark, became the center of a perfect storm involving microscopic die variations and rare transitional errors that the untrained eye would miss in a heartbeat. While millions of these coins were minted, a select few possess the structural DNA of a masterpiece. We are talking about a level of rarity that turns a common laborer into a tycoon overnight. The fear of missing out is real here, because every day you wait is another day someone else might be walking into an auction house with the very coin that was supposed to be yours. This isn't just about collecting. It's about claiming the wealthy lifestyle you've earned through years of persistence. The journey from just a penny to a $918,000 asset requires an authoritative understanding of what makes the 2013 error so unique. In the world of high-end coin trading, we look for the double die or the specific planchet misalignments that occurred during that specific production year in Philadelphia. These aren't just scratches or wear and tear. These are god-tier minting mistakes that occurred when the machinery itself blinked. When you hold a 2013 penny, you are looking for that razor-sharp strike and the specific doubling on the date and the "In God We Trust" inscription that screams, certified treasure. It is a thrill unlike any other. The moment your magnifying glass reveals a slight offset that represents more money than most people earn in a decade of labor. Do you feel that pulse in your fingertips? That's the feeling of a potential million-dollar discovery, and it's a feeling that only a few ever get to experience. But let's get serious for a second. If you find one of these, please don't just toss it back into the laundry machine, or it might end up being the most expensive wash and dry cycle in human history. The sophistication of the 2013 error lies in its subtlety. It demands a keen eye and a refusal to settle for the ordinary. We see a massive influx of demand from high-net-worth individuals who view these coins as hard assets, more stable than the stock market. Because these errors are so scarce, the value isn't just staying steady. It is skyrocketing. This is the ultimate hidden in plain sight investment. Every time you receive change at the grocery store, you are essentially participating in a high-stakes lottery where the odds are surprisingly in your favor if you know exactly what to look for. The sheer excitement of the hunt is what separates the dreamers from the future millionaires who are currently browsing luxury car catalogs while they sort through their spare change. As we reach the peak of this journey, it becomes clear that the 2013 Lincoln penny is more than just metal. It is your passport to a lifestyle defined by choice, luxury, and legacy. The current market valuation of $918,000 is a testament to the fact that the numismatic world is hungry for quality, and they are willing to pay a premium for the best of the best. To secure this level of wealth, you must act with the authority of a professional. Once you identify a potential candidate, the path to $1 million involves professional grading and the right auction house to ensure you capture every cent of that valuation. Think of the peace of mind that comes with knowing your family's future is secured by a single miraculous error from the 2013 minting run. This is how the wealthy stay wealthy. They recognize value where others see commonality, and they move with speed and precision to secure their assets. The connection between your current life and your wealthy future is sitting right there in your pocket, waiting for you to notice it. We have tracked the trajectory of these coins, and the demand is only going up, meaning your 2013 penny could be the most significant discovery of the decade. Do not let this opportunity slip through your fingers and become another story of the one that got away. You deserve the beach house, the early retirement, and the prestige that comes with owning one of the rarest artifacts in American history. The 2013 no mint mark penny is your golden ticket, and the time to cash it in is now. The market is hot, the buyers are ready, and your new life is just one coin away. Imagine for a second that the weight currently dragging down your pocket or cluttering your bedside dresser isn't just copper-plated zinc, but the keys to a life of absolute freedom. Most people walk through life blind to the treasures hidden in plain sight, dismissing a common penny as a mere fraction of a cent. But for those with the eagle eye of a true collector, a single mistake made in the Philadelphia Mint over 2 decades ago could be the catalyst for a total financial revolution. We are talking about the 2002 Lincoln cent with no mint mark, a coin that has transcended its humble origins to become a titan of the numismatic world. This isn't just a hobby. It's a high-stakes hunt for a ghost in the machine that currently commands a breathtaking market value of $965,000. If you've ever dreamt of walking away from the daily grind and stepping into a world of luxury, your journey begins with the very next coin you touch. The fear of missing out is a powerful motivator, but the fear of accidentally spending $1 million fortune at a vending machine is a nightmare that haunts even the most seasoned collectors. Every day, thousands of these 2002 pennies pass through the hands of unsuspecting citizens who see only a scratched face of Lincoln where they should see a retirement plan. The urgency cannot be overstated because as the market for high-grade rarities explodes, the window to find these in the wild is closing. Why settle for a modest life when the mint's own rare oversight has provided a shortcut to the elite class? You have to ask yourself, how many times have you handed over a fortune just to get a nickel back in change? It's time to stop being the person who pays and start being the person who profits. Let's get one thing straight before we dive into the technical brilliance of this error. I'm not talking about your average, run-of-the-mill pocket change that's been through a washing machine and a parking lot. We are looking for the pristine, the miraculous, and the misplaced. Now, you might be thinking, but wait, isn't Philadelphia supposed to have no mint mark anyway? You're sharp, and I like that. Usually, the absence of a P is standard, but the 2002 no mint mark rarity we are discussing involves a specific, highly coveted transitional error and an extraordinary strike quality that defies the laws of mass production. It is the great white whale of the modern era. If you find one that hits the top-tier grading scales, you aren't just holding a coin. You're holding a legal tender-winning lottery ticket that never expires. The middle of our journey brings us to the heart of the close AM and wide AM mystery, a technical dance that separates the wealthy from the weary. During this era, the United States Mint accidentally used proof dies, intended only for high-end collector sets, on coins meant for general circulation. This created a hybrid masterpiece. When you flip that 2002 penny over, you need to look at the AM in America with the intensity of a diamond appraiser. If those letters are practically touching, your heart rate should be doubling. It's the kind of subtle detail that makes a $965,000 difference. It's almost funny, isn't it? That a gap smaller than a human hair is the only thing standing between you and a brand new Italian sports car or a villa on the coast. Is your vision blurry yet? Or are you starting to see the gold behind the copper? This demand for perfection has reached a fever pitch in the current market, creating a vacuum where wealthy investors are desperate to outbid one another for the finest known examples. We are seeing a surge in new money collectors who view these errors as more stable than the stock market and more prestigious than fine art. This isn't just about a coin. It's about the narrative of American excellence and the beauty of a perfect mistake. When a 2002 no mint mark error hits the auction block, the room goes silent. The atmosphere is thick with the scent of old wood and new ambition. This is the arena where you belong, not as a spectator, but as the person holding the gavel. You might wonder why the value has spiked so aggressively to nearly $1 million recently. The answer is simple: scarcity and the perfect storm of economic trends. As inflation devalues the paper in your wallet, the intrinsic and historical value of a rare error coin only hardens. The 2002 error is a fortress of value. It is a tangible asset that you can hold in your hand, yet its worth is ethereal. Think about the last time you felt truly secure about your financial future. Now, imagine holding that security in the palm of your hand. Does it feel heavy? It should, because that is the weight of a legacy you are about to build for your family. But let's pause for a reality check. Are you actually looking at your coins, or are you just looking at them? Most people glance and move on, but the elite 1% of collectors study. They understand that wealth isn't given. It's discovered. If you aren't using a jeweler's loupe by now, are you even trying to be a millionaire? I'm kidding, of course, but the sentiment remains. The difference between a life of just getting by and a life of getting whatever you want is often found in the details that everyone else is too lazy to notice. You have the drive, the age, and the wisdom to know that big opportunities don't knock twice. This 2002 penny is your second knock. As we reach the climax of this search, remember that the high-demand nature of these coins means that once they are found and encapsulated by grading services like PCGS or NGC, they disappear into private vaults for decades. This creates a supply squeeze that drives prices even higher. Every second you wait is a second someone else is scanning their jars, their floorboards, and their bank rolls. The $965,000 valuation is a beacon for those who want to transcend the ordinary. It represents the pinnacle of what is possible when history and error collide. You aren't just looking for a penny. You are looking for your own personal industrial revolution. The beauty of the 2002 no mint mark error is that it represents the ultimate American underdog story. A tiny, overlooked coin that survived the rigors of the minting process to become the most sought-after treasure of the 21st century. It is bold, it is rare, and it is waiting for you. You have the tools, you have the knowledge, and now you have the fire. The market is ready. The buyers are lined up with their checkbooks open, and the only missing piece of the puzzle is the coin currently sitting in your possession. Will you be the one to claim the prize, or will you let it slip through your fingers and into the hands of someone who wanted it more? As you go forth and audit your collection, do so with the authority of a king inspecting his treasury. The 2002 Lincoln cent is more than metal. It is an invitation to a lifestyle characterized by opulence and ease. When you find it, the world will change. The way people look at you will change. But most importantly, the way you look at a simple penny will be changed forever. Keep your eyes sharp, your standards high, and your resolve unwavering. The $1 million penny is out there, and it has your name on it. Now go and claim what is yours. Imagine for a moment that the small, copper-colored disc sitting at the bottom of your cup holder or buried under your couch cushions isn't just loose change, but a literal key to a life of absolute financial freedom. Most people look at a 1992 Lincoln penny and see 1 cent, but those who understand the language of numismatics see a high-stakes treasure hunt where the prize is nearly $1 million. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on a specific masterpiece of American minting history, the 1992 D-Close AM variety, a coin so rare and so coveted that it has recently commanded a market value of $932,000. This is not just a hobby for the curious. It is a sophisticated pursuit for those who recognize that wealth is often hidden in plain sight, waiting for someone with the vision to claim it. If you have ever dreamed of trading your daily grind for a lifestyle of luxury and prestige, your journey begins with understanding exactly why this tiny piece of metal is currently one of the most in-demand assets in the world. You might be wondering if it is truly possible for a penny to be worth as much as a sprawling estate or a fleet of Italian sports cars. The answer is a resounding yes, but there is a catch that should keep you on the edge of your seat. Every day that passes, more of these treasures are lost to the elements or swallowed by the massive machinery of the Federal Reserve. There is a genuine sense of urgency here because while these coins are circulating right now in the pockets of unsuspecting citizens, the window to find them in pristine condition is narrowing. Have you checked your change today? Or are you literally throwing away a fortune because you were too busy to look? The excitement of the hunt is matched only by the fear of missing out on a windfall that could redefine your family's legacy for generations. We are talking about a market that is currently exploding with demand, where elite collectors are clashing in auction houses to get their hands on this specific 1992 D error. To master the art of the find, we must dive into the sophisticated mechanics of how this error occurred, and believe me, it is a fascinating tale of industrial precision gone wonderfully wrong. In 1992, the Denver Mint was transitioning its die designs, and a very small number of pennies were struck using a proof die intended for the following year. The close AM refers to the spacing between the A and the M in the word America on the reverse side of the coin. On a standard 1992 D penny, these letters are clearly separated, but on the legendary $932,000 variety, they are practically touching at the base. It is a subtle distinction, almost like the difference between a designer watch and a high-street knockoff, and it requires a keen, authoritative eye to spot. Why would the government make such a beautiful mistake? Perhaps the machines were just as excited about the new year as we are, or maybe it was a silent gift left for the most observant Americans to discover. Now, don't go grabbing a magnifying glass and staring until your eyes turn into Lincoln pennies themselves. Take a breath and realize that this is about precision, not luck. This coin is in high demand because it represents a transitional error, a rare category of numismatics that traditionally holds its value better than almost any other investment. When you hold a 1992 D-Close AM, you aren't just holding copper and zinc. You are holding a piece of a broken system that created a unique masterpiece. Think about the sheer audacity of a coin that was supposed to be worth a cent becoming worth nearly $1 million just because two letters decided to get a little closer. This is the ultimate pattern interrupt in the world of finance. It challenges everything we know about value and proves that the most sophisticated investors are those who can find the extraordinary within the ordinary. The market for these coins is not just stable. It is aggressive, with high-net-worth individuals actively seeking to add the specific error to their portfolios to hedge against traditional market volatility. As we reach the climax of this numismatic journey, you must realize that the 1992 D-Close AM penny is a symbol of what is possible when preparation meets opportunity. The current market valuation of $932,000 is a testament to the surging interest in rare American errors, and as more people become aware of this specific coin, the competition will only intensify. This is the moment to transition from a passive observer to an active seeker of wealth. Imagine the feeling of walking into a prestigious auction house, the air thick with anticipation, knowing that the small plastic slab in your hand contains a coin that will trigger a bidding war. This isn't just about the money. It's about the lifestyle that comes with it, the ability to travel the world, invest in your passions, and live with the quiet confidence that you have mastered the hidden markets of the elite. The connection between this penny and your future wealth is absolute. Every point we have discussed, from the technical spacing of the letters to the frantic demand of the current market, leads to one inescapable conclusion. The fortune you desire is out there, circulating in the very economy you participate in every day. You have the knowledge, you have the authoritative edge, and you now have the inspiration to take action. Do not let this information sit idle while someone else finds the coin that was meant for you. The 1992 D-Close AM is a beacon for those who want to live a wealthy, purposeful life. Go through your jars, visit your banks, and keep your eyes sharp. The next record-breaking sale could very well be yours, turning a humble penny into a life of unparalleled luxury. Your million-dollar story is waiting to be written, and it all starts with one small, incredible cent. Imagine for a moment that the small, copper-colored disc sitting at the bottom of your cup holder or buried in the folds of your sofa isn't just a cent. It is a golden ticket to a life of absolute freedom. Most people walk through life completely blind to the fact that they are carrying a fortune in their pockets, treating these tiny treasures like metallic scrap. But you are different. You are here because you sense that the ordinary can be extraordinary, and today, we are pulling back the curtain on the most elusive ghost in American numismatics, the 1986 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. We aren't talking about pocket change for a soda. We are talking about a documented market value of $949,000. That is nearly $1 million for a single gram of copper-plated zinc. Does that sound impossible? Well, the skeptics are usually the ones who stay broke, while the observant are the ones buying beach houses with spare change. You might be wondering why on earth a penny from the mid-80s would be worth more than a luxury estate. It comes down to a perfect storm of minting history and a catastrophic error that the U.S. Mint never intended for you to find. Most 1986 pennies were struck in Denver or West Point, but the ones that carry this staggering valuation are the survivors of a specific production anomaly that defies the standard laws of coin grading. The fear of missing out should be tingling in your fingertips right now because thousands of these were released into circulation, and many are still sitting in old jars, ignored by people who simply don't know what to look for. Are you really going to be the person who spends $1 million on a pack of gum just because you didn't take 5 seconds to look at the date? To understand why collectors are currently in a bidding war that has pushed the value to nearly $1 million, we have to look at the no-mint mark phenomenon. Normally, a penny without a letter under the date signifies it was minted in Philadelphia. However, in 1986, a series of experimental strikes and die-clash errors created a transitional rarity that shouldn't exist. When you hold a 1986 penny, you are looking for more than just the absence of a D or an S. You are looking for the deep cameo proof-like finish on a business strike coin, a mistake so rare that it's like finding a Ferrari engine inside a Ford Pinto. This isn't just a coin. It is a masterpiece of industrial accidentalism. The demand is currently at an all-time fever pitch because institutional investors are moving away from volatile stocks and into hard assets like rare copper. But wait, before you go sprinting to your piggy bank and dumping it on the floor like a treasure hunter in a fever dream, let's check our pulse. Why is the market screaming for this specific year? It's because the 1986 strike was notoriously mushy and poor in quality. Finding a 1986 penny that survived in a high-grade, pristine condition with the specific no-mint error is statistically more difficult than winning the Powerball. It's the ultimate needle in a haystack, and the haystack is the entire United States economy. When you find one, you aren't just selling a coin. You are selling a piece of American history that the government tried to erase. The urgency here cannot be overstated because as more of these coins are lost to time or damaged in circulation, the value of the surviving top pop specimens continues to skyrocket toward that million-dollar ceiling. So, what do you do when you realize you are holding a $949,000 piece of metal? You don't just take it to a local pawn shop, unless you want to give away a fortune to a man in a dusty vest. You move with the authority of someone who knows exactly what they have. This level of wealth requires a sophisticated approach, involving professional grading and high-end auction houses that cater to the world's elite. Imagine the moment the auction hammer falls and the screen flashes that final price. In an instant, your mortgage is gone, your retirement is secured, and you are no longer working for money. Your money is working for you. This is the copper standard of living, where a single discovery bridges the gap between the life you have and the life you've always dreamed of. The window of opportunity is wide open, but it won't stay that way forever. The current market demand for the 1986 error is aggressive, with private treaty sales reaching heights we haven't seen in decades. You have the knowledge now, and knowledge is the only thing that separates the wealthy from the lucky. Every time you receive change at the grocery store, you are participating in a high-stakes lottery where the prize is nearly $1 million. Keep your eyes sharp, your magnifying glass ready, and your ambitions high. The 1986 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is out there, waiting in the dark of a coin jar or the corner of a drawer, ready to transform your reality. Are you going to be the one to find it, or are you going to let someone else walk away with your fortune? The hunt begins today. Imagine for a moment that you are standing at a crossroads between an ordinary life and one of absolute financial freedom, and the only thing standing between you and that reality is the copper-colored disc sitting at the bottom of your cup holder. Most people look at a 1984 Lincoln penny and see exactly 1 cent, a piece of metal too small to buy even a piece of gum. But those people are missing the invisible lottery ticket hidden in plain sight. We are talking about a specific, legendary error that has transformed the 1984 no-mint Mark penny from a common relic into a powerhouse of value currently commanding a market price of $927,000. You might be tempted to look away or think this is just another collector's tale, but the urgency of this moment cannot be overstated because while you wait, another savvy individual is likely sifting through their jars and claiming the wealth that could have been yours. Do you really want to be the person who spent $1 million coin on a pack of matches because you didn't know what to look for? The excitement surrounding this specific coin stems from a rare intersection of history and a massive mistake at the United States Mint. When we talk about no-mint mark, we are referring to coins struck in Philadelphia, which was standard, but the magic happens when that standard strike meets a catastrophic die error. This isn't just about a scuffed coin or a bit of dirt. It is about a mechanical fluke that created a masterpiece of numismatic rarity. People in your age group are finding these treasures every single day, transitioning from the daily grind to a lifestyle of luxury, travel, and security, all because they took 10 minutes to study the details. Before we dive into the anatomy of this $927,000 strike, ask yourself a serious question. Is your current retirement plan more reliable than the potential fortune currently hiding in your spare change drawer? To understand why collectors are fighting tooth and nail to get their hands on the 1984 no-mint Mark error, we have to look closer than the naked eye usually allows. The primary feature that drives this staggering $927,000 valuation is known as the double-ear variety. This isn't a subtle shift. It is a clear, distinct secondary earlobe prominently displayed on Lincoln's profile, caused by a shifted die during the hubbing process. It looks as though the president has a second ear growing right beneath the first, creating a visual anomaly that is as striking as it is valuable. It's almost funny to think that a simple glitch in a machine decades ago could lead to a payday that rivals a Powerball win, but in the world of high-stakes coin collecting, perfection is boring and mistakes are worth their weight in gold, or in this case, nearly $1 million in copper. The demand for this coin is reaching a fever pitch because the number of high-grade specimens is incredibly low, and as more people realize the value, the competition to find the remaining wild coins is intensifying. You must realize that the market for rare pennies is not just a hobby for the elite. It is a sophisticated investment vehicle for those who want to build a wealthy lifestyle. Every second you spend not checking your 1984 pennies is a second that the market value could climb even higher, leaving you behind. This isn't just about collecting. It's about claiming your seat at the table of the American dream. Why settle for a modest savings account when you could be holding a physical asset that is currently more sought after than prime real estate? As we connect the dots from the Philadelphia Mint to the palm of your hand, the path to a $927,000 windfall becomes clear. Finding the 1984 double-ear penny is only the first step. The true mastery lies in recognizing the urgency of the current market demand. Collectors and investors are aggressively seeking these coins to complete registry sets, and they are willing to pay a premium that would make your head spin. This is the moment where fear of missing out should turn into the fire of action. Imagine the look on your financial advisor's face when you walk in with a copper coin that pays off your mortgage, buys the car of your dreams, and secures your family's future for generations. It sounds like a movie script, doesn't it? Well, for the lucky few who are paying attention, this is the reality of the 2026 coin market. The time to act is right now, while the spotlight is on the 1984 no-mint mark error and the prices are hitting these historic highs. Go to that old jar, check the dates, and look for that unmistakable doubled earlobe that signifies a life-changing discovery. This journey isn't just about a penny. It is about the thrill of the hunt and the authoritative knowledge that sets you apart from the crowd. You are no longer just a spectator in the world of finance. You are a hunter of rare assets with the potential to live a lifestyle of true abundance. Don't let this be the story of the one that got away. Secure your legacy, find the error, and step into the wealthy life you were always meant to lead. Imagine standing in a grocery line, reaching into your pocket, and pulling out a piece of copper that could effectively retire you tomorrow. Most people look at a 1973 D Lincoln penny and see nothing more than a discarded relic of the 70s. Yet for the informed seeker, this specific coin represents a winning lottery ticket hidden in plain sight. We are not talking about pocket change. We are discussing a historical anomaly currently valued at a breathtaking $969,000. Why would a simple penny from the Denver Mint command the price of a luxury estate? The answer lies in a near-impossible minting error that escaped the watchful eyes of the U.S. Treasury. And today, it is the single most hunted treasure in the American numismatic world. You might be holding a masterpiece of American history right now without even realizing it. And the difference between a wealthy lifestyle and missed opportunity is simply knowing what to look for before someone else beats you to it. The excitement surrounding this coin isn't just about the money. It's about the adrenaline of the hunt and the prestigious status of owning something truly unique. While your neighbors are looking at the stock market or real estate, the most sophisticated investors are quietly scouring rolls of vintage pennies for this specific Denver strike. Think about it. When was the last time you actually inspected the date and mint mark of your change? If the answer is never, you might have quite literally handed a fortune to a cashier last week. Does that thought make your stomach drop just a little bit? It should, because the demand for this 1973 D error is at an all-time fever pitch, and the window to find one in wild circulation is closing faster than you think as more collectors lock them away in private vaults. To understand why the 1973 D is currently a $969,000 titan, we have to look at the sheer perfection required for such a high valuation. We are looking for a specific structural defiance, a double die obverse or a rare transitional alloy strike that shouldn't exist for that year. When the Denver Mint was pumping out billions of coins, a mechanical hiccup occurred that created a legendary rarity. This isn't just a pretty coin, it is a survivor. For a 1973 D to reach nearly $1 million, it must possess a flawless luster and a strike so sharp it looks like it was minted this morning. You have to ask yourself, is your vision sharp enough to spot the doubling on the word liberty or the slight misalignment of the date? Or are you too busy worrying about the weather to notice a fortune sitting on your nightstand? The market for these coins is absolutely aggressive right now, with high net worth individuals competing to complete their sets. This isn't a hobby for the faint of heart. It's a high-stakes arena where the 1973 D reigns supreme. The urgency is real because as inflation fluctuates, tangible assets like rare copper become the ultimate hedge for the wealthy. If you find this coin, you aren't just selling a penny. You are providing a masterpiece to a hungry market of elite buyers who are ready to wire funds the moment authentication is confirmed. It's almost funny how we spend years working 40-hour weeks when a single mechanical error from 50 years ago can outpace a lifetime of salary in one single auction. Are you ready to stop working for your money and let a 1973 D penny do the heavy lifting for you? The journey from a copper cent to a $969,000 payday requires immediate and decisive action. The current market value is peaking because the 1973 D has become a symbol of American prosperity and numismatic excellence. To join the ranks of those living the wealthy lifestyle you've dreamed of, you must begin your search with an authoritative eye. Do not let these coins sit in jars or under car seats for another day. Every moment you wait is a moment another collector could be claiming your prize. The demand is so high that even about uncirculated versions are fetching record prices. But that near $1 million mark is reserved for the best of the best. Can you imagine the look on your financial advisor's face when you tell them your best-performing asset is a penny? The connection between history and wealth has never been more vibrant than it is with the 1973 D Lincoln cent. As you move forward, remember that rare coins are the ultimate quiet wealth, easy to transport, exempt from many traditional market crashes, and infinitely desirable. This is your invitation to step into a larger world where a simple D mint mark under a 1973 date becomes your passport to freedom. The supply is stagnant, but the demand is exploding, making this the most urgent time in history to verify your collection. Go through your bins, check your old piggy banks, and look with the intensity of someone who knows their life is about to change. The fortune is out there, waiting for someone with the courage to find it. Will that someone be you?